Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the rhythm guitar part to Day Tripper. I see a lot of different ways that people play the rhythm guitar part to the song. A lot of people play it down here as an E or as an E7. Some people play here. The way that I've sort of figured out that and this may not be 100% accurate, but the most accurate way that I've figured out to play the rhythm guitar part to Day Tripper, up here on the 7th fret, this chord. Now what this is a type of E chord. And so what you want to do is first finger on the 5th string on the 7th fret, your ring finger here on the 4th string, on the 9th fret, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right here, and then your pinky on the 9th fret on the 3rd string. And you want to strum all the strings. Now that's only the first part here. I'll kind of switch between doing this and then putting my first finger here down, my first finger down here on the 3rd string on the 7th fret. And what that allows you to do is then, when you hold this note down, you can lift your pinky and then you get this chord, which is similar to what, or is the chord that is in the rhythm guitar part to Day Tripper. So if you want to get that similar sound, you want to play this chord and then lift your pinky here. And so strumming pattern is like bum, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know, it's just like whatever. I'll do that slower so you can see. So I kind of switch between doing and then moving this finger down here. Playing this version will give you that lower strings, obviously, so it'll sound a little bit more full sounding. But then if you try to lift your pinky, you're gonna get like an E minor, and you don't really want that. You want to have this sound or this sound. So yeah, so I just switch between the two, kind of like whatever I'm feeling like. Say I'm like on one of the verses and I'm just kind of, then I'll switch over, move this finger down. And you can be kind of sloppy about it. It doesn't need to be like a, very precise or anything. That's not really how John Lennon played it. In the background, you can kind of just hear him. He's kind of, if I can play it cleanly, I mean, you still want to play it cleanly, just, you don't have to be delicate with it, just, you can be a little aggressive with it, so. And then you're gonna want to go down to, and this is the way I play it. I guess you could, so if you play it here, I guess you could play it here too. You just really want to get that open sound on the A. So whether you play that and then play an A7. So what I'm doing down here is basically if you play an E minor, which is using your middle finger or first finger on the 5th string on the 2nd fret, and then another finger on the 4th string on the 2nd fret, and then move the whole thing down. So basically 2 notes which are in an A minor. If you just, I guess that's an easier way of describing it, is playing A minor, which is an E minor, just down 2 strings and then with the finger here, but you're not going to use your first finger. You're just going to strum this, the first, or 5 strings here you're going to want to strum. And then I switch to an A7 to get more of that A7 sound. But the other way of doing it is to play this version up here, which is not an A7. It's actually, I don't even know what it is. It's a version of an A chord. So how I'm doing this is third finger, or I guess ring finger, on the 7th fret on the 5th string, pinky on the 4th string on the 7th fret, and then using my middle finger, I'm hitting the 3rd string on the 6th fret. And I'm just strumming I'm just playing the all the strings except for the low E. So, I mean, and you can kind of mess with this finger too if you want to play on the 5th fret on the 2nd string. Main goal here is you want to get that open string sound, which is, you can kind of hear just kind of strumming, open strumming sound in the background of the song. That's kind of what you want to go for here. If you play it like this, it's just not going to be as ringy and as sort of spread out in the background. It's going to be a little bit more like tight. I guess you could play like, I don't know, to me that just sounds a little bit too perfect sounding, a little bit too dry. So if I play it, kind of let everything ring out, it kind of fills it out more, similar to how it is in the song. And then for this part, this is where you want to really get into that more like bar chord kind of stuff. So it's going to be an F sharp 7. So if you just play a power chord on the 2nd fret here, and then use your pinky here on the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then kind of get this strumming pattern. So go ahead and get our chord here, and I start by hitting the low strings. So and you want to get that upstroke sound that you can hear in the song. So bring that up to the 5th fret, then 4th fret, and then how I play it, I guess, but I think more to how John plays it is up here. So that'd be 7th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret. So the 9th fret, you want to play a power chord, and I found it to sound a little bit more like the record if you play it without the 7th here. So the strumming pattern there is pretty important. So, and then for this part, you want to just do those downstrokes. And for this song, you really don't even need this guitar. I mean, any guitar. I mean, you could use a Strat on this if you play on the bridge pickup and get that bright sound. I mean, most guitars will be able to get that sort of chiminess if you turn the treble up, turn the presence up on your amp, and use the bridge pickup. Give it some of that power and brightness, clarity. So let's see. And then back to the intro. So then you go ahead and just play the verse. And you can see how I'm just kind of playing a little bit of everything here. I'm not being too specific to like playing it like this or playing it like this or going down here or playing it here. I'm just kind of playing it wherever, just to kind of get a little bit of a variety of chiminess and kind of just strumminess of the chords here. So so next part, so when it goes to the B, that part, how I play it, and it is kind of hard to hear in the recording because of everything else that's going on at this particular point in the song, but how I play it is, and what I've found to be accurate to my ears is, on the second fret here, this. So if you play a minor power chord, a B minor, but just lift your first finger up so it's only on the second or fifth string up here on the second fret, and then lift this finger up, your middle finger, and then just strum the open strings. So the only fingers I'm pressing down, or only strings I'm pressing down, frets, are my first finger on the second fret on the fifth string, and then my ring finger on the fourth fret on the fourth string, and my pinky on the third string of the fourth fret. You just want to play that open, just 5 strings. You don't want the open E here. You just, so what I do is, and then I lift the first finger off. So really the only things now you're holding down are these 2 strings left. And then I put my first finger back on. And I kind of like to play it a little lighter. And I guess you could also, during that whole build-up part, you could also put your pinky here on the third string on the 6th fret. And do it that way. Or you could do it this way and kind of just kind of play the notes of the harmonies throughout that build-up part to get some of that guitar chiminess in there and kind of fill that part out a little bit. In terms of the guitar arrangement, let's see. What else to the song? And then, I mean, last verse, it goes back. And then for the last chord of the song, to play the intro riff, I guess I should include how to play the intro riff. To play the intro riff, start off with an open E, and then on the 6th string, 3rd fret and 4th fret, so, and then down here on the 5th string, first finger is what I use on the 2nd fret, then on the 4th string on the 2nd fret, you want to bar down these strings, and fifth and fourth string on the second fret. So then open fourth string, and then use your first finger on the second fret on the fifth string. Then I use my pinky to hit the fourth string on the fourth fret, and then back to the second fret on the fifth string here. Open D string or fourth string, and then using my first finger to press down the fourth string on the second fret here. Pretty simple little riff here, or I guess intro. And as far as picking it, I just do down picks, so just plucking it going down. But I guess you could do, you kind of do this motion. I just find I play it a little more cleaner when if I can play it right. And if you want to kind of just have something to do, if you're in a Beatles tribute band and the intro is happening and you're like, what am I going to do? I don't want to just wait till the verse to come in. You could join in second time around on the verse, so, or on the intro rather. So say you got the George guy, he's going boom. You're over here with, why not join in?